If you want to see the epitome of management by optics, a term that we've been discussing more and more lately, I have it for you today. Look no further than CEOs told to remove their masks before Mike Pence comes out to meet with them. Imagine that. People around Mike Pence have tested positive. 3 people that we know of connected to the White House have the virus. More are in quarantine. Pence's press secretary has the virus, Katie Miller. She happens to be the wife of Trump advisor Stephen Miller. Pence should be in quarantine, but is simply not doing it. He has a meeting over the weekend with food industry CEOs. They show up wearing masks, all 5 of them. They're doing the right thing. Someone from Pence's staff comes out, or someone guided by Pence's staff comes out and tells them, take off your masks before the vice president comes out here. We actually have video of this. You don't even have to wonder how it went down. We're playing the video for our TV audience. You actually see someone come out. All of the CEOs are wearing masks. She goes up to the CEOs. You see her say something, and she actually mimics the motion of mask removal, and they all do it. By the way, notice how she's not wearing a mask. She gets right up in the faces of these 5 CEOs. This is actually close enough to spread the virus. There's no explanation for this other than image and optics. This was hours after Pence's own press secretary tested positive for coronavirus. And the Trump administration has turned the mask into a political element rather than, excuse my phrase here, it's a political element rather than an element of medical, for lack of a better term. Now, okay, that's sort of a joke, but this is merely a public health item, and it is now being used politically. If people all around Pence are wearing masks and Mike Pence is not, it could make Mike Pence look bad, but it also makes it seem like it's unsafe out there, and people have to be worried about getting the virus, which they do. And that is why people are not allowed to be masked up around Mike Pence during this roundtable. And it's all about pretending everything's normal. It's about being economic warriors for the stock market. Trump is increasingly using that term, economic warriors. Before, people were warriors for staying home. Now they're warriors for not staying home. It's completely Orwellian. Kayleigh McEnany was asked about it at a recent press briefing, and reporters were confused because at first it was, I thought people were staying home, and that was the war we were fighting. But now it's people are warriors by no longer staying home and just getting out there. And Kayleigh McEnany said, that's right, they're all warriors. When they were staying home, they were warriors. Now being out, they're warriors. And as usual, these things become vicious circles and self-fulfilling prophecies, because the CDC recommended first responders wear masks starting in very early April. Now, they didn't have them available. Police departments, fire departments, et cetera, needed to find the masks, but that was the recommendation starting on April 3rd. That was 5 weeks ago. Imagine how much better off we would be and how much better off the economy would be. This is a point I keep making. If on April 3rd, everybody started wearing masks, if on March 5th or 7th or 10th, Donald Trump said, hey, 50 governors, let's do a stay at home 30 days. You probably end up having to extend it 15 or 30 more. That would be over by now. We would be done with that. Trump just pretending that everything is fine. It also won't work for the country. Tons of people are going to die. But this make-believe, play pretend stuff that the Trump administration is doing about business as usual, it can work for a few weeks. But if the numbers don't improve, it's going to implode. We have 5.5 months left before we will get the opportunity to remove every last one of these people. And we have to not allow, a lot of the stuff we've talked about today all needs to happen. We can't allow this stuff to become normal. We can't become numb to it. The hypernormalization happens naturally to some degree. Humans just adapt to what's going on. If you're used to seeing 1,500 to 2,500 people a day die of coronavirus, if it happens for long enough, and most people's lives, remember, we're a country of 331 million, most people's lives seem sort of stable, it's very easy for that to become normal. Much the same way, the continued insistence or sort of make-believe is essentially what it is about everything's fine, the economy's opening, here's a list of states opening, testing is great, it's all great. That does work, and we need to fight really hard to make sure that we don't fall for it. One of our sponsors is privacy.com. They're giving you $5 when you sign up for their completely free service at privacy.com/Pakman. I've been using Privacy for a little over a year now. You've heard me talk about it before. It's a lifesaver, and here's how it works. Takes just a couple of minutes to set up. Anytime you buy something online or on the phone, instead of actually using your real credit card number, the Privacy app and the browser plugin let you give each company a randomized virtual credit card number that you create out of thin air. It'll even autofill the card number with one click. And the payment is taken out of your checking account without the merchant ever knowing your real information. So this allows you to keep your banking information secure, but also to take control of your finances. You can create up to 12 of these virtual credit cards a month. You can set spending limits. You can freeze them. You can delete them anytime you want. So when you do this, it means you're not going to be charged when you don't want to be, because you can destroy the virtual card number right after using it, which, for instance, I love using free trials because I know I won't be charged when the trial is over if I use a virtual credit card number. You're keeping your identity private by not telling companies who you are. You're keeping your bank or credit card info protected against data breaches and identity theft. And it's free. There's no catch whatsoever. But if you want, Privacy also offers a $10 a month plan that gives you 1% cash back and lets you create 36 credit cards a month, and a $25 a month plan tailored more for small businesses where you can create 60 card numbers a month and much more. But definitely go ahead and at least get started with the free plan. You'll protect your financial info. Companies can't charge you unexpectedly. And like I said, you'll get $5 to spend when you sign up at privacy.com/Pakman.